right? So we'll see in this the chapter, like what is the GPS, right? What are the application, what are the terminology, what are the we can say like how it will work, right? uh, what are some other kind of the system which is similar to GPS, right? GPS is not only system which we use for navigation purpose, right? Some other systems are already there, so that we'll see. So GPS is the global positioning system, and it's, we can say like, main application, or it's for navigation purpose. So it's a navigation system based on the satellite. So for this GPS we are using the satellite, right? uh, so it has created the revolution in the navigation and the position location. It is mainly used in the positioning, navigation, monitoring and surveying application, right? So main, we can say, application, right, or the domain where we are using this system is positioning, navigation, monitoring and surveying, right? So uh, right, so this application also we'll see in the detail. uh, so if we'll talk about this GPS system, then it was started from World War II, right? And the main initiative or main focus when this system was developed, right? Or we can say like, people try to develop this system for main the purpose in the military targeting, right? So although the initial focus was mainly on military targeting, and the fleet management and the navigation, commercial usage begin finding the relevance as advantage of the radio location were extended to tracking down the stolen vehicle and guiding the civilian to the nearest hospital, gas station, hotel, and such places. Right. So initially, the main focus, main purpose of the GPS was for military targeting. Right. Then some for fleet management. Fleet management, like to track the crowd. Right. Uh, and some in some application in the commercial usage, right? But today generally we are using this for the this for the guiding the civilians, right, to find the location, that is the Google Map. And also we are using for tracking the vehicle, like vehicle today, or also in mobile you have like the functionality, like if you on that functionality, then if your mobile is stolen you can find its location, right? So that kind of functionality is available in the electronics item also. The major advantage of the satellite navigation are real-time positioning and timing synchronization, right? So these are the main major advantage of this satellite navigation, right? This GPS is based on the satellite and it's a navigation system. So the main advantage is time positioning and time synchronization, uh, like if you are tracking something, right, then for example according to GPS location, it is at, for example, some place, and it is moving and you want to find its location after some time, then you can look at like it will go from this way, right? Then after this time it should be reached at this that place. So it's kind of the timing synchronization, right? So that we can achieve through the GPS. And because of these advantages, the satellite navigation system have become an integral part in most of the application, where the mobility is the key parameter. Right? So whenever in some application, right, you have like mobility, right? That mobility may be of a person, vehicle, or some other thing, right? Okay. So this GPS system is consist of a network of 24 orbiting satellite. So whatever GPS data you are getting, right? So that is the that output is the combined effort of total 24 satellite, right, or the network of 24 satellite. And this 24 satellites which are used for GPS purpose, it's called as a Navstar, right? It's actually the short form of the navigation system with the time and ranging, right? uh, and these 24 satellites, right, are placed in the space in 6 different orbital paths, right? And 6 paths, total 24 satellites. So it means in each path or each orbit you have 4 satellites. So 6 into 4, 24, right? Uh, and this 6 orbital path with 4 different satellites, right? This the combination of these 24 satellite will covering the entire Earth, right? So on Earth you can navigate or you can find the location at any place, right? The satellites, so you can like say like the satellite is made of into 6 groups, so each group contains the 4 satellites, and this group of 4 satellites is called as a constellation, right? So each group, this group is known as a constellation, and any two adjacent constellation are separated by 60 degree in the longitude, right? So let me show you that. So such kind of network of satellite we have around the Earth, right? uh, so you can, if you will count, right, so these are the 24 satellite. And like if you start from this vertical orbit, then this first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth, right? So 6 orbits are there, and in each orbit you can find like one, it's two, then this three, and this four, right? So one, two, three, four satellites. Such a way, the 4 satellite in each orbit. So this way we are covering the entire Earth. The orbital period of each satellite is approximately 12 hours, right? So to complete the revolution, we can say rotation around the Earth in the dedicated orbital path, right? Each satellite will take the 12-hour time, right? So it means that like we will talk about one day. So in one day we have 24 hour. So it means each satellite will revolve around the Earth 2 times per day. For each day it will revolve 2 times, right? And at any time the GPS receiver will get the signals from at least 4 satellites, right? So for this purpose we have the GPS receiver. So the receiver will get the signal at least from 4 satellites, right? So 4 satellites are enough to give the location of the particular thing, right? It may be the vehicle or it may be some place, right? So if you find the location of some place, you just need the data from only 4 satellites out of 24 satellites, and the satellite signal can be received anywhere and any time in the world, right? So in Earth, on Earth you can get the data every time, right? And anywhere. The spacing of the satellite is arranged such that a minimum of 5 satellites are in a view from every point on the globe. So this 6 orbit. So right, you can, as we have discussed, like the 6, like if you draw a vertical line, right, and from center you can consider like that two lines have the 180 degree. So here the each orbit is placed at 60 degree from adjacent orbit. So vertical line means from starting from that, if you rotate, right, like uh, 4 times, right, then it will like 0, 60, then again 60, so 120, then again 60, so uh, 120 and then 60, so 180, right? So that way it will cover the entire, we can say like around the earth. So yeah, so from like they have arranged this orbit such a way, and the distance between, like in each orbit you have four satellites. So you can say like the four satellites are placed in the orbit such a way that like from any point on the earth, right? Yeah, minimum five satellite you can, like it is in the view. uh, the first GPS satellite was launched in February 1978, right? So the GPS is first GPS was launched in 1978, and each satellite is expected to last approximate 7.5 years. So whatever satellite we are using for this GPS purpose, right? The lifeline of that satellite is of 75 years, right? After that it should be replaced, and the replacements are constantly being built and launched into the orbit, right? So once the lifetime of this satellite will over, right, we have to launch the another satellite, and we have to place where the satellite is, we can say like, so lifetime is over. Each satellite is placed at an altitude of about 10,900 nautical miles, and the weight of each satellite is about 800 kilogram. Right? The satellite extended about 5.2 meter, or you can say like 17 foot in the space, including the solar panels. Right? So whenever you will see some picture of satellite, definitely you will find the solar panel, right? So including that solar panel, because you will see like the area, or we can say like whatever the size of the satellite, right? Most of the size is because of the solar panel, right? So including that panel, if you will find the distance, the length, then the satellite is about 5.2 meter length, right? And each satellite transmit on three frequency, right? So that we'll see in the detail, but it can transmit the three different frequencies. The GPS is based on well-known concept called the triangular technique, right? So GPS will find the location, and for that they will use a technique called triangulation technique. So in the triangle techniques, like you have three satellite, right? And from the three satellite you can get uh, the location of these 2 point, which are, you can say like these three, like if you consider a satellite, and around that satellite it has one sphere, right? Then the intersection of that sphere, right, the circular area, right? So you, that intersection point of any two circle, right, that location will find using this technique. So like the consider GPS receiver, right? MS means mobile station, to be placed on an imaginary sphere, right? So you have to consider like imaginary sphere. Uh, the radius of this sphere is equal to like distance between the satellite and the receiver, which is on the ground, right? So that distance, you have to consider as the radius, and after that you have to consider an imaginary sphere around the satellite, right? And the satellite is as a center of the sphere. Now the GPS receiver is also a point on another sphere, another imaginary sphere with a second satellite, like we call it B, right, which is the center of that sphere. We can say that the GPS receiver is somewhere on the circle formed by the intersection of these two spheres. Right? So if we will consider such arrangement, then the GPS receiver, right, it will be at the intersection of two spheres, right, somewhere in the intersection of two sphere. Then with the measurement of distance from a third satellite C, you can call it as a C, the position of the receiver is narrowed down to just 2 points on the circle, one of which is the imaginary and is eliminated from the calculation, right? So after that, using the third satellite, right, you can narrow down that distance, so we can say that area where the GPS receiver may locate, right? So after doing some calculation, we will find that position. As a result, the distance measured from the three satellites sufficient to determine the position of GPS receiver on the Earth. Right? So any receiver on the Earth, you need, right, only three satellites. Three satellites are sufficient, but still, whenever, right, we have seen the previous, like the receiver can get the data from minimum four satellites. Right? Three are sufficient, but still receiver is receiving the signal from four satellites, so it means there is no chance of failure, right? Some other navigation system which is similar to the GPS, right? So the system is actually developed by the different country, right? This GPS is globally, like every country can use this whatever GPS we are using, right? But apart from that GPS, like the China, right, they develop a system called Beidou, right, that they have deployed and operated by this Republic People's Republic of China. So in that, not China, but around the China, whatever the country which is ruled by China, like Tibet and some other country, right? So for those area, right, for the location inside that, or we can say like the people of uh, that places can use this system, right? And this was initiating the global service in 2019, right? Then one system is Galileo, right? It's also a global system being developed by the European Union. So some European country and other partner countries, and it was operated in 2016, right? And so it's still they are developing it. It was started, or we can say like it was initiated in 2016, and it is expected to be completely developed by 2020, right? So 2020 means already they have deployed, right, this Galileo. Then GLONASS, it's a GPS, or we can say that's navigation system of Russia, right? So Russia, it's Russia's global navigation system, and it is fully operational worldwide. Then the NAVIC, right? So this NAVIC is the regional navigation system, and that was developed by the ISRO, right? Indian Space Research Organization, right? So this NAVIC is only used by this ISRO, right? Uh, then Mishibik, it's a regional navigation system receivable in the Asia Ocean region with mainly focus on Japan, right? So you can see like the for different country have the different navigation system, right? But this GPS is most popular and people are using worldwide. Right? So today we'll finish here. After your MSc, you'll see like the terminology, the application, the operation, right? How the complete system will work, right? So this is the basic principle, the basic technique. But we will see that the technique in detail. Okay. So any question? Hello? Any question?